let's focus on that space itself. The sector has witnessed big order inflows lately. The Cabinet Committee of Security has approved orders worth around 21,800 crore rupees. To discuss what this means in terms of order inflows and what's the outlook for the next fiscal, well, we're joined by Mr. Atim Kabra, the Director, Business Development and Strategy at Astra Microwave. Hi, Mr. Kabra. Good morning. Always good to see you, Ben. Well, give us a few details. I'm looking at an ICICI Securities number. They're saying that this could potentially be an opportunity for BEL, particularly on radar and EW systems, which in turn will trickle down to Astra. Do you agree? And what could the opportunity size be?
See, these 12, by the way, good morning. Good to be back here.
Good to see you as always.
Absolutely. Thank you. The Su-30 order upgrade, as that note itself mentions, has come in within 15 months. And that's quite significant and shows the intent of the government and the compressed timeframes in which the entire process is happening now. And that is very, very significant. Now, Su-30 upgrade is going to happen. MiG-29s are there. And of course, the Tejas rollout is happening. I think the capability set of the industry, especially in the radars and EW segment, has been very clearly brought out. And these are the things which are leading to the kind of order flows which we are seeing. It can only accelerate is what I can tell you.
Morning, Prashant here, and good to see you, Atim. Just so this is the Sukhoi, right?
Yes.
Su-30.
Yes.
Okay. And could you tell us
84 more numbers are expected. These were 12 engines which were put through at this time.
So what is being done for the Sukhoi here in terms of indigenization? What is this order for exactly?
The order which was released was for 12 units. That was engines. Okay. And now we are talking of the existing portfolio of Su-30. They are going to go in for an upgrade.
Okay.
So mainly in radars and EW segment, those planes are being updated for the times. And a lot of it, I believe more than 60% is going to be indigenized components out there, which is a very significant opportunity for the domestic industry.
Okay. For specifically Astra Microwave.
Yeah, Astra will be playing a role out there.
Sure. For
playing both these parts. Yeah.
Right. So this 21,000 plus the upgrade, could you give us a sense of what the total value of work could be and what could come Astra's way?
Astra is hoping to get a role both in the radars as well as the EW segment. So, it's very difficult to put a number onto that, right? But as you know, see, these are building blocks now which will come in size on a continuous basis. So if you recall what we had said last time we spoke, we said the story is just about beginning, right? Wherein the product portfolio has now reached a stage where we can replace the original systems. And most of it is being indigenized, okay? So these are just the beginning blocks which have started taking place for a multi-decadal opportunity for the entire defense sector.
The 60% indigenization component, that's official, right? Or it's just an expectation right now?
That's expected. That's expected.
It's expected. Yeah. Okay. So are you on track then to meet your order book target of 1,200 to 1,300 crore for this year and a revenue guidance of 1,000 to 1,100? Or can you exceed it?
No. We hope to always exceed it, but we are on track for 1,200 crores plus. You've just seen the recent order which was announced, which came in on the ARC. See, guys, Astra comes embedded with Astra Rafael Comsys. And that itself is a business in SDRs, which can be massive. It can overtake Astra. So when you look at Astra, you have to look at the components which constitute Astra. The growth element which we discussed last time and which I was told when you talk about the business outlook, the new segments which are opening up dramatically, for example, space, where we have within India a capability which exists in the form of very competent companies like Anant, like Azista, Tatas, etc. Where collaborations are there. So what do we try and do differently? We will try and create the entire satellite as a made in India, indigenous, with payloads which are completely indigenous. And, with constellations of satellites happening, EOIs are already out from Government of India in space, etc. We are talking of some mega opportunities which can dwarf the traditional business, which is going to be the backbone and mainstay. But satellite in itself, you're looking at software-defined radios, and these are significant opportunities which can create multiple Astras in themselves. And that's what excites us, and that's where we are focusing a lot.
Mr. Kabra, if you could just help us out with the number on profitability. Your market capitalization is close to around 8,000 crores. I think the stock had run up very, very strong till the middle of 2024, and then it cooled off from that, I think, that 1,050 odd mark, very, very roughly. The street is very optimistic on the prospects, and you're also sounding very bullish. Last year, the profit number was just 120 crores. Say in the next 3 years, what do you think this profit number could look like? Because otherwise it becomes hard to justify 7,500 to 8,000 crores of market capitalization. So a rough estimate that you would have in mind.
Because I am not an expert on the markets, but having said that, I don't think market looks at a year or a year and a half as an opportunity, right? They look at a fairly significant time frame, and I guess they discount the prospects back. So, and I think that is what is being reflected in the relatively high valuations which people speak about in the segment. But if you look at a sector which is as fundamental as infrastructure, which has more than 3% of the GDP, which is allocated for us, wherein a huge amount of domestic inflow is, order book is coming in. You're talking of, huge building blocks which are being put in place. And I guess that is being discounted upfront at this point in time. Stocks do consolidate. I think it's the delivery which matters. We will deliver what we have said is a very, very strong expectation.
That's why I want to know what is your 3-year projection, sir. As you said, the market is not looking at the near term, and stock prices will do their own thing. But in terms of profitability from around 120 crores, do you think the net profit could be in the vicinity of 400, 500 crores, say by 2028? Going by your order book, going by the kind of visibility you get, and going by the center's focus on defense, do you think it can be in that vicinity 400-500 crores or?
I'll be surprised if we don't reach that kind of a number. So,
thank you.
The domestic component is increasing, right? The deemed exports are decreasing. So it's a relatively higher margin business. And all these orders are getting into production now, right? So as production happens, scale comes in. As scale comes in, right, your impact on your bottom line is very, very significant. And I think that is what you will see.
Appreciate you joining in, Mr. Kabra. Thanks a lot for giving us those details. And as you said, it appears the longer runway looks quite good, and you're sounding quite optimistic as well on the prospects of the business.